Gemini, welcome to your weekly Sidereal forecast for June 22nd through the 28th. My name is Athen. So we've got more of this energy from that 12th house of yours, which is where we had the new moon just recently last week. So now we enter this week into the crescent phase and going into the gibbous phase. So starting in that, the moon is just kind of full, just hardly full, and then almost to its fullest state in the gibbous phase, which means that the energy will certainly be building, especially because this whole lunar cycle is conjunct up to Mars. But this is relating to, again, these new things regarding your 12th house. So this is, the area you had the new moon, which is the behind the scenes activities. It's the things about relaxation, tranquility, enjoying life. And here with Taurus, it's about what you value about life, and then how it in turn creates a sort of enjoyment of it, and tranquility and peace about the whole thing that gives you that rest and connection to God that is so important. So that energy there is still going to be highly emphasized with your ruler Mercury in that 12th house, and I think you'll definitely be thinking about these things. Still, important for you to get that alone time, tranquil time with that. And then soon, I think next week, Mercury will be going over into your first house, really emphasizing the goals and everything like that. Although things are definitely shifting into the goals and drives, and have been already since the sun has gone into the first house. But now Mars is going to go into your first house Monday and Tuesday, really, emphasizing the drives and your goals. Mars likes to be in the first house. It's his house. It's about moving forward with the things that are important to you in life, things that you see in your short-term goals, the things you want short-term. So putting energy into that, I think it's definitely available now, and will be for at least the next month, especially with the sun there. So a very active time. I really recommend getting your body moving, physical activity, things like this, and again, moving towards any ambitions that you have in particular right now at the moment. Making sure your routine and focusing, putting energy into that as well, since Mars does naturally rule your 6th house. You've had Saturn there disciplining you in that area as well, which is good. And then also in the 11th house of friends and groups and community, or just giving, really just focus on giving, I think will be a good activation for you with Mars in that first house. But I think you're communicating and learning. I think all that stuff, should be quite passionate for you also at the moment with the sun in your first house, who does naturally rule your 3rd. But anyways, that's the early part of the week. Definitely a shift where things are becoming less about the tranquil, alone stuff and more about the active stuff. So definitely you'll notice that more and more as the week unfolds. Now, this whole week, we still have that very nice aspect between Uranus and Jupiter, that trine, going exact on Monday, actually. And this is all involving the 2nd house of the material values, material resources, just overall the things you value in life, but especially on the material side of things. So this is, oftentimes, more of the assets, finances, things like this. So I think you'll be noticing a lot of opportunities there. I think you have been to expand that, the assets in your life and values in your life in general. So very nice week for that, especially because Venus is going to get very close to Jupiter as the week unfolds, going conjunct next week, I think on Monday. So very, very enjoyable. I think you have been enjoying the simple pleasures and the values and the finances, I'm sure, with Venus here, and just, watching the spending too, because sometimes with Venus, it can be an extravagant kind of an energy because we're really enjoying it, especially with conjunction up to Jupiter. Not going to any extremes with that. But in either case, I think enjoying that stuff. Also enjoying your relationships, since Jupiter does rule your 10th house, your 7th house, and does rule your 10th as well, which is about your career and work. So I think you can enjoy your work this week as well. And there's going to be more opportunities also to connect to the alone time and tranquil time, and to express yourself, since Venus does naturally rule your 12th and your 5th house. So that'll be as the week unfolds, but definitely very nice. This freeing energy from your 10th house of career. You've been gaining that freedom and whatever it's been for you over the past many years, but perhaps recently with that eclipse energy of that 10th house and the South Node there, releasing old things relating to career and public stuff, is then going to be supporting these 2nd house matters for you. So that's all week is this trine still in effect, but it goes exact on Monday. Now around Tuesday, this early part of the week, Your ruler gets squared up by Neptune again. This is the third time this has happened because Mercury went retrograde and squared up to Neptune. So now again, the last and final lesson is always the third aspect. So whatever this stuff has been about you, making sure that you are trusting and letting go, with perhaps having to figure out what this alone stuff is, or what your goals are, even since it is your ruler, who you are, even to a degree, where you're going in many ways, or how even the home and family or emotional stuff is going. I say all that stuff because Mercury rules your first and your fourth house. It's squared up by Neptune means that we can't have it all figured out. Okay, it's the kind of energy where we have to trust and let go and flow. But I think we've all got a pretty good handle on it because, like I said, it's the third aspect. It's usually the final integration where we say, okay, we got it, and then we're on our way. So just remember that this week, that square will be there. So just trusting, letting go, making sure you're getting that alone time, and just flowing with the river, relating to specifically the things you're working on, the things you're doing, and also perhaps the home and family or domestic side of things as well. So that's the early part of the week. Chiron midweek goes retrograde in that 9th house, which is about the life path stuff and philosophy and things like this, which has been this Neptune retrograde recently. So there's all healing stuff going on, more of an introverted energy now, relating to trusting, letting go with where you're headed, your life path, your philosophy, learning more about spiritual philosophy, things like this. Retrograde periods, especially with Neptune, is a good time to figure it out, think about it, work with it. And I think through that you can find that very healing as well, since Chiron is going retrograde now. Now that's the week, and then over the weekend, the sun is going to be squaring up to the North Node, who's been transiting your 4th house. So this whole week is, or this whole year, is about your home, family, past roots, and so now this weekend, a good energy to put into that constructively, of course, which is the square, and remembering the balance between these goals and things and the domestic side of things, which is all this square energy right now between your 1st and your 4th. But I still think focusing on it, putting energy into the 4th will be a good way to flow with that. And this is just connecting to your emotional side. It's almost like, especially with your sun, especially because it rules your third house. This is about expressing yourself emotionally and being connected to your feelings more. And this is what this whole year is about. And I think this weekend is going to be very important for that. Now, also Venus, as she gets closer to Jupiter, will then trine up to Uranus over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, really emphasizing more of this enjoyment of the values and material aspects of life, further freeing you up and seeing those opportunities as well. Venus naturally ruling that 12th and your 5th, freeing up your self-expression and freeing up this spiritual freedom stuff that's going on for you right now at the moment. I think in either case, towards the weekend, that 12th house stuff should be going quite well. So, Gemini, I hope you guys have a nice week. If you're new to this form of astrology, do check out masteringthezodiac.com. I'm offering birth chart readings now at a discounted price, so you can check those out on the website if you'd like one of those. So have a nice one, and I'll talk to you all next time. Take care.